What is the element of ether? In the Ayurvedic system, there are ether, air, fire, water, and earth. So those are in order from the most subtle to the densest. So the densest being earth, and then the most subtle being ether. So ether is not exactly an element in the same way as the other four, because it's actually spaciousness. It's actually the container and the first element that creation manifested, and then the rest of the elements came from that. It's also associated with Vata, which is one of the three doshas in the Ayurvedic system. So there's Pitta, Kapha, and Vata. And the Vata is associated with the nervous system, with the breath. The element of ether is also associated with the fifth chakra, so with the throat chakra, so associated with sound and communication, and the vibration of akasha, the most subtle vibration, is closest to sound. So if you think about, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word made everything that was made. So that is a Western version of the idea that God used sound to create the entire universe and to create everything that's in the universe. And that shows how close sound is to the consciousness of the universe, or the original form of creation. That means that ether is very close to the practice of mantras. So creating sound through your own body, through your own chakras, your own nervous system, through the nadis, through the meridians. That sound is part of creation. You are creating through the ethers, through stirring the ethers, the frequency and the vibration of the ethers. And ether is sometimes used synonymously with the word akasha. So if you've heard of Akashic Records, those are like the energetic matrix of the universe, and that is the memory of the universe. It's like the blueprint, but also a record of all past existences. You might hear people say that they can read the Akashic Records, and therefore that's how they access the records of ancient civilizations, of Lemuria, of Atlantis. So those Akashic Records are the records of all energy vibrations that have ever been put forth in the matter universe and in consciousness. And ether is also very closely related to meditation, because it is that sense of freedom and spaciousness. If you have too much ether, so in the 5 elements, you want to keep each of those balanced to have a wholeness and grounding in life. If you have too much ether, then you might be ungrounded. You might not have the oomph and the energy for practical manifestation and practical things like earning a living, building things, that kind of thing. And if you have too little, then you would not be sensitive to the vibrations of the universe. So you might be lacking in intuition. You might not believe in anything other than what you see in the physical manifestation. So those are sort of the two ends, to have too little of the ether or too much ether. And to keep all of those in balance, one of the things you can do is to create some structure in your life. For example, the ether, because it is so free-flowing and all-pervasive, in order to have ether harnessed in your life, then you want to create a structure. So even having a structure in your daily life, a structure of exercise, of diet, those things will help to contain the spaciousness and the freedom of ether. Also, things like eating cooked food or warm food will help. Movement, exercise, the things that are creating heat and that are creating energy in the physical realm will assist with any kind of imbalance in ether. In summary then, ether is the original creation, the original spaciousness, the most subtle energy field. So that which is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, that would be the energy of ether. Thanks for joining. Please do like and subscribe. And this was created based on a comment that I was sent. So please, if there are topics that you'd like to have me cover, do send me a comment. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.